Namaste and Hare Krishna. Today is Yoga for Stability. We're going to start with Tadasana. So get out your mat or whatever you need. And in Tadasana, we start with the feet. The feet are on the floor. So we start with the mound of the big toe, the first metatarsal, and the inner heel, because we want this arch to lift. Once we lift the arch, we also want to feel the outer rim of the foot press down. This is the outer rim of the foot here, like halfway between the toe and the heel. So those 3 points, we need to stay on our feet. And so Tadasana, the mountain pose, makes us feel completely stable in an unstable world. Either the feet are completely together or the feet are apart. Try with your feet together and see if you can balance. Then front of the foot, back of the foot, and today let's see if we can focus on that heel. So first you get the weight of your body on the inner heel, then goes to the back of the heel, then goes to the outer heel. It's like a U-turn or like a bell. Goes to the outer heel, and then you feel the outer foot move down as the chest lifts, as the fingertips move down, and you look straight ahead. This is Tadasana. Next we have Utthita Trikonasana, the extended triangle pose. These triangle poses. So we start, I'll put out some blocks. Just so we have them, you never know. We have these 2 blocks, and as you keep the outer heel pressing down, starting with the inner heel, going back to the outer heel, you get your fingertips or the first metacarpal of the thumb down on the block. So you start with Tadasana, and you bring your legs apart wide. Turn the right leg out, left foot in, and you keep that center of the heel aligned with the middle of the arch. And you keep your body completely aligned, the heels to the back to the head. It's like you're leaning back on a wall. And remember, you're focusing on that outer rim of the heel as you bring that hand down. Breathe. It's nice to do the exhalation as you go into the pose. And then you just have a slow, steady breath as you rotate that right leg from inside out. Now you remember that this back leg is Tadasana leg. You start with stability, and then you make a move. Otherwise, the move will not be stable. It's nice to have the block at the shin bone where it makes another triangle. Otherwise, you just place the hand down on anything, even the floor. I like to first get my fingertips because the fingertips are very sensitive. Once you get that down, the arms move away from each other and you turn the chest. It's a lateral extension of the spine. And you take a soft, smooth breath. And you inhale, and you come back together to Tadasana. Next thing is Parshva Konasana. It's the side angle where you rotate the arm from inside out, from the front of the shoulder, top, back down the shoulder. So you start with your Tadasana and you bring your legs out wide. Now remember, when you bend the leg, this arch, this inner ankle, we call it the inner ankle, the medial part of your ankle bone, has to lift up. Think about the bones. how are you going to align the bones? Then the muscles will follow. You turn the arm and you keep that knee right above the ankle. And you extend this arm over the head as this knee stays right there. The knee is calm. And your breath is calm. And inhale, come up. So, the angle starts from the Tadasana leg. And you see you bend the leg to a 90-degree angle. That straight leg is the Tadasana leg. And you get your palm turning, but you get your palm turning not from the palm, but from the root of the arm. And you get that nice angle. And you could lower, challenge yourself, get your hand lower. It's good. A challenge is good. Then come up. It's very nice. And then once you've done those, you may feel like you're tired or energized, whatever you feel. We're going to do the dog pose because the head rests and it will energize you and refresh you. You start with Tadasana with your feet like maybe a little wider than hip width. And the arms go up and the arms extend forward. But really it's your spine that's extending forward. And you stretch those legs very strongly. And once you have your hands down, you get your palms down, flat. And you reach. You resist with the heels down. And you stretch your arms all the way forward. Breathe. And really, the extension of the spine begins with the legs. And the extension of the legs begins with your heels. So, in this asana in particular, I want you to focus on the bottom of the foot. The bottom of the foot, especially where the metatarsals are, from the forward to the backward metatarsal, then all the way back to the heel. You want to see that the back of the foot extends all the way back, and then you, from there, get the knee straight. So again, you get your knee extended, back of the knee especially, because the back of the leg has the stretch. And then you bring your hands down and you spread the palms. And you see, when the head rests, the head can hang. I'm having my head hang now. The head can rest on the floor, on the blocks, on the bolster, anywhere. See, even here, you can place blankets. Let's just say you're tired, right? Let's just say you've had a long day and you need the head to rest on something soft. So you have the head rest on something soft and you adjust the hands and the feet accordingly. And the bottom of the feet, well, they really just activate. And don't let the inner ankle drop. You move the outer heel down faster. The little toe side of your heel moves down faster. It's so nice. It's like a refreshment. I used to know a person before he became a full-time teacher. He would work his job and then in the middle of everything, he would do a dog pose for the refreshment. Then let's continue with our chair twist. Bharad Vajasana. I like this chair twist because it's so easy. Anyone can do it. Almost in any chair. I've done this pose on like every single chair you can imagine. Even a bar stool. You can get your legs to the side, hands on the back, as long as it has a back. Even if it doesn't have a back, you can figure it out. You just have to have a twist with a straight spine, with your head above your shoulders, above your hips, and you keep everything the same with your legs. You turn nice and slow, and you broaden the collarbones. See, in yoga, we believe that the bones can stretch. The energy is there to have the bones extend. So you have this long, broad shoulder from the sternum out to the sides with the collarbones. And when you do this, I'll do the other side on you. And when you do this, the opposite shoulder rolls back, and then you turn your head. And the neck stretches. You just have to have nice soft breath as you turn. You inhale, lift the chest, exhale, turn. Turn from those ribs. Very nice. Now I'm going to keep the chair there, and we're going to do the half moon pose. So from Trikonasana, we lift that leg up. I take Trikonasana, and I'm going to move this chair a little bit like this because I'm going to get this foot to come to my right foot. Walk in, bend the leg, then you lift up. And this hand can go up, or it can stay here. And you extend that left leg out through the heel, through the metatarsals, through the toes, and you keep this leg, this thigh turning. You see, when you turn the leg, the knee is turning, but it's really the thigh and the hip socket. The thigh and the hip socket turns, thigh bone, and then you straighten the leg and you keep this knee in the same direction as your toes. I'll show you without the chair. So you bend the leg, you go to Trikonasana, then you bend the knee, you place the hand. Hand can go on the hip if it's needed, or it can go up. It's really about the leg lifting up as you balance in an unstable world, right? That's why we learn these poses for stability, is because the only constant is change. I mean, you don't know it right now, you don't see it right now, you don't experience it exactly right now, but your body is constantly changing. So, now that we've done with this chair, we're going to do the Setubandha Sarvangasana. Setubandha is with, today we're going to do with a blanket, maybe 2 blankets for the head. No, not for the head, for the shoulders. The head's going to be on the floor, shoulders will go down. Then I'm going to have this block under my sacrum. The sacrum is right where the spine ends. It's that nice flat bone. It's perfect to lay the block on there. Then I get my shoulders on the blanket and my head just goes on the floor. So now I have this lift. Once I have the lift, I turn my arms, rotate my arms so my palms are up and my chest is way up. Then I get my block and I place my block under my sacrum. And I extend through the heels, through the legs, and lift the chest. It's wonderful. And I'll show you the way it's supposed to be done without the props. I always like to do that if I can. Sometimes I can't. Some poses I can't do. Some poses I can do. Just have to be grateful with the body and the mind and the ability you have. So look, my hands are here with my palms against my ribs. And I'm going to hold my ribs with my palms like that. So first I'm going to get with my legs into Sarvangasana as much as I can. Right? Then, once I'm in Sarvangasana as much as I can, I'm going to bend the knees and drop the legs down. And this is Setubandha Sarvangasana, the bridge pose of the all-body pose. It's very nice for the heart. The heart inverts. The back of the neck relaxes. It's very calming. And then to come out, you have to go up, back up again, and then gently just relax down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is Supta Baddha Konasana. This is with the belt around the legs. One of my favorites. Okay. Just had to go and get my belt. I have my belt. I start with my belt and with a big loop. You can do it with anything. I've even done it with like a scarf because I just didn't have a belt at the time. But you should get a belt. It's really, really, really nice. I get 2 blankets and I get my 3rd blanket for my head. Then I get my feet into Baddha Konasana. So I put my feet together, knees apart, and bring my belt around my shoulders, down around my hips. It's got to be around the hips. Around the hips. Around the feet. Bind it. Bound. Baddha. Baddha means bound. You just keep it there. And the bound is really from the angle of the legs. The belt just helps keep it there. And the palms are up, and you let go. Rest. And the stretch of the groins, what we call in yoga the inner thighs, helps you to soften the stomach. And when you soften the stomach where the navel is, then the breath comes softer too. And that's what you want, because the next step after the asanas is the pranayama, which is to calm the breath. And after pranayama is the pratyahara, which is the senses withdraw in. It's very nice. So what I was saying about pratyahara is it's kind of like a tortoise. When the arms and legs draw in, think about your senses, your eyes, your nose, your ears. Real yoga class happens when these senses are drawn into the body and you see yourself, not like out there, thinking about what you want or all your desires. So next we'll do Shavasana. This next Shavasana I'm going to do at the wall with my feet at the wall. It's so that you can have your legs doing absolutely nothing, but they'll feel grounded. So I get the mat with my feet at the wall, like directly at the wall, and my toes are going to be pointing straight up with my feet a little bit apart, and then my feet won't do anything, but they also won't go out. They'll just be directly at the wall the whole time. I'll have my blanket for my head, and my body will rest right there. Easy. See that? My toes are pointing up, but my legs don't do anything. And my shoulders turn, my palms are up, and I completely relax. There is nothing to do here. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. It was a pleasure. Namaste, Hare Krishna, and I'll see you next time.